Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Max Velocity weather forecast. And in today's forecast, we'll be going over the potential for an extreme severe weather event next week across portions of the United States. We'll also be going over 2 winter storms that could be upcoming over the next 7 days. I'll give you the latest breakdown, the details, everything that you need to know will be in this forecast. But let's first begin with what's going on today across the United States. And there really isn't a whole lot. The only activity that's ongoing today is just some showers and maybe a couple of storms extending from the southern plains back through portions of the mid-Atlantic region. Other than that, there really isn't much ongoing. For most of you, you're probably staying dry today. Not a whole lot of activity. High pressure is dominating over the Gulf of Mexico, so not a whole lot of activity over there in Florida either. So really overall, it's a pretty nice day for a lot of you. Some of you, though, are still seeing a little bit of that rain activity. Now, over the upcoming days, we're going to have some big pattern changes coming, the first of which will bring the potential for maybe a little winter storm. There are winter weather advisories in effect from Kansas back through Wisconsin. This is for the potential for maybe a few inches of snow over the upcoming 48 hours, and it'll primarily be Thursday night into Friday morning, so definitely an event to watch kind of closely. So tonight we'll have some snow showers out there, primarily across areas over in eastern South Dakota, back through areas near Nebraska, eventually going closer to the morning hours tomorrow. There will be some light to moderate snow falling from Iowa back even through Wisconsin, so you might wake up to a few inches of snow on the ground if you're kind of just north and northwest of Chicago. By about Friday around lunchtime, there might be a brief mix near Chicago, so just keep that in mind. But other than that, primarily just gonna be some light to moderate snow. We may see a few bands or a few little showers that are a little bit on the heavier end, especially in that little area during the morning, so like western and southwest Wisconsin. So it might make driving conditions a little bit worse out there. But other than that, by about late Friday to Saturday, that trough will move off to the east. Not a whole lot is expected in terms of snow over in Michigan. Overall, snow totals are going to be actually pretty nice for a lot of you. We're really expecting at least 1 to 6 inches. A couple of areas might see upwards of 8 inches of snow. That'll be right along the Minnesota and Iowa border. Other than that, though, closer to areas like Wisconsin will probably stay between 3 to 6 inches, with isolated totals maybe ranging up to 7 inches. So overall, again, decent amount of snow coming there to southern Wisconsin. Now, the big talk is the big pattern change coming next week. This almost looks like it's going to be a classic setup for a severe weather outbreak. Beginning really with Monday, there is already a slight risk for severe weather. It does include central, southern, and eastern Oklahoma, back through western Arkansas, and parts of North Texas are included in this slight risk for severe weather. All modes of severe weather do remain possible. Damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes all seem possible both on Monday and as well as Tuesday, which Tuesday seems to be the biggest day for severe weather, as there's already an enhanced risk for severe weather across areas from central and northern Louisiana back through southern portions of Arkansas. And I know we're still 6 days out, but we very well could see this get upgraded to a moderate or even a high risk event once we get closer, if more confidence grows, because really the ingredients almost seem near perfect for a severe weather outbreak at this point, and that's why there's already an enhanced risk added there from the Storm Prediction Center. But the jet stream is very interesting in this setup. This will give us a very well-defining feature with this trough that's going to develop. So by late Monday into Tuesday, this trough will essentially be a bowling ball low, and this is a big event. I mean, bowling ball lows are typically the ones that bring significant severe weather during the springtime. So the fact that this is happening in very late portions of fall is a very rare oddity that could very well happen going into next week. So by Tuesday and Wednesday, we very well could see a bowling ball low. It seems like we'll most likely see that. So again, this is almost a perfect severe weather setup for a severe weather outbreak. Going into the low-level jet, this is where all the severe weather would likely happen, at least during the afternoon hours on Tuesday. Low-level jet is between 50 to 60 knots, which is a pretty strong low-level jet. So we very well probably will see a few tornadoes out of this. If not, we might even see several. And again, really just a defining feature is this bowling ball low that's going to set up all of this severe weather. And the instability values will definitely be quite high. And the instability is essentially like gasoline into a vehicle. It basically fuels the thunderstorms to be able to develop and really potentially create severe weather. So big thing here is that instability will be between 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram, which is in the moderate to maybe high end of instability. So there's definitely gonna be enough instability for severe storms to develop going into late Monday night all the way through Tuesday night with this severe weather event. And we will have a lot of moisture with this event. That'll create buoyancy. It'll be able to help fuel these thunderstorms as well for developing. So again, Gulf of Mexico, big supply for this moisture heading into really late Monday into Tuesday morning. Again, dew points are going to be upwards of the low to mid 60s to begin with over in Texas. Texas, they will eventually start to skyrocket a little bit more in southern Louisiana into the low 70s. That is not the main focus of where the severe weather will be. It's going to primarily be again in here most likely, but that's again, they're going to be an area to watch for because there will be a lot of buoyancy with the setup. Temperatures are also going to be pretty warm, so again, this is almost a perfect setup at this point, at least for 6 days out in terms of severe weather. So future radar, pretty broad look at it. We'll have storms developing as early as Monday night, really pretty much after sunset. So again, over in Oklahoma and Texas, by Tuesday morning, storms are going to be rolling through areas back over in Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana, and eventually going into Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll have storms really marching over into areas like the Dixie Valley. There may be more severe weather after Tuesday night, so just keep that in mind. For right now, though, there's no risk associated, really, at least beyond Tuesday, but again, there will probably be one at some point here in the near future. And also, the snow event that's going to be all coming out of this is the same trough that's going to bring the severe weather. There could be a pretty substantial winter storm on the north and west side of this trough. Could impact the Midwest, northern plains, even maybe the central plains a little bit, and eventually could even roll into New England by the tail end of this trough. Basically, this might happen closer to like late next Friday. So again, we're pretty far out from there, but it's definitely going to be something to watch for in terms of snow. And so far this winter, this is kind of giving you an idea of who has seen snow so far this winter, which we've already seen snow as far south as areas even in Texas. So there actually has been snow pretty far south already. There are still some pockets that have not seen snow quite yet, including parts of New England, but there might be some to come here in the month of December. Make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe if you're not already. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting.